Italy has the Leaning Tower of Pisa, whereas Somerset has the Leaning Church Tower of Burnham-on-Sea. This is St Andrew's Church, which you can find on Burnham seafront, and if you look closely, you can see that it is a bit wonky. Why? Well, it's perfectly straightforward actually, because you see 710 years ago when the first bit of this church was built in 1315, this whole area would have been a sand dune. And naturally, over the course of the centuries, the sand would have shifted slightly beneath the heavy stone tower, and this is the result. And the lean is so considerable, I'm told, if you were to remove the battlements atop the church tower and place an apple at its highest point, the apple would roll off and fly literal feet away from the church tower. But if it wasn't wonky enough for you on the outside, you're going to love the inside. You can see what I mean now, can't you? It's got quite the lean on it. You can notice it in here, can't you? And whilst we're inside this church, just take a look at how beautiful it is in here. Everything from the ceiling to the chandelier to the organ, even to the beautiful prayer cairn that's at the back for people's dedications and prayers. But two things that stand out for me here at St Andrew's are sitting on the plinths behind me. These beautiful angels that are carved out of marble are very interesting because they actually came from Westminster. Originally carved by the Anglo-Dutch sculptor Grinling Gibbons in 1686, they were commissioned for James II's chapel at Whitehall before being moved on to Westminster. However, when the coronation of George IV came along, they needed to be gotten rid of out of Westminster because, well, they needed the space for the coronation ceremony. And they ended up in storage, where they collected dust and basically got forgotten about, until this man came along. Walter King, who was the Bishop of Rochester and also the Vicar of Burnham-on-Sea. It's quite rare to have two roles like that at the time. And he basically said, well, if no one else wants them, I'll have them for Burnham-on-Sea. And this is where they have been ever since. London's loss is Burnham's gain, I say.